Bow down before my psycho power.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of different topics. I've been covering multiple different things, and those things are evolving. From Tekken to PlayStation to Marvel Rivals to Marvel Tokon, there was some crazy news that came out about that game, and it might impact its future. And I'll go ahead and start off with this one because it's really, really crazy. As you guys know, this is a Marvel fighting game, a team fighting game. It's very hyped, and a lot of people are looking forward to it. But Sony's Marvel Tokon has been blocked in 132 countries on PC. We do not know why this happened. We do not know if this will completely derail the performance of this game. But as you can see here, all of the different countries that this game is blocked in. And this just kind of caught everyone off guard because this game is looking so hype and it's looking so incredible. And to see it get hit with this out of nowhere, I mean, I don't know. This was just a curveball that we were hit with. I don't know if the developers of this game expected this to happen or if this is unexpected, but regardless, I hope that they can shake it off and continue rocking ahead. It even says Pakistan for everyone who's a fan of Tekken and knows how gifted they are at fighting games. Don't expect them to do anything with this game. It's banned. Moving on though, and quickly talking about another fighting game, we have Guilty Gear Strive. They have a guest character confirmed for Winter. There is no clue yet as to who this character will be. We only have this silhouette. I do like, however, that these fighting games are focusing a lot on guest characters. I know there's a lot of people out there who says like enough with the guest characters and fighting games should just be the base rosters and that's it. But I think you got to think bigger than that, right? Fighting games are super niche and they often struggle to find a player base. And one way they could keep hype and gain hype for years on end is through guest characters. I mean, look at Tifa with Street Fighter 6 and look at Baki with Tekken. How can you argue against those two juggernauts of the characters and collaborations? We'll get more information on that soon. On the topic of Tekken, here is a updated look at the global world leaderboards. As you can see, Arslan is at the top, coming off of his victory of Evo Vegas, followed up by his countryman Farzin, and then after that you have Koreans, Japanese, Pakistan, Koreans, Japanese. That's kind of the trend that we see from time to time where those guys just dominated, and this is once again why the developers created the regional leaderboard so that other regions could have a shot, because those three regions are absolutely dominant. And it doesn't seem like it's changing anytime soon. Now, as for the character Bob, we have a teaser for one of his panel arts. This comes directly from the person who makes artwork for Tekken. So that's something that we can look at and appreciate until the character releases, which for those of you who may have forgotten or don't know, is on August 20th. Early access, official release is August 25th. Now, another thing that I want to highlight is something that Harada has done. Now, this is no longer the developer of Tekken. He left back in December, but ever since then, he's been taking jabs at Bandai Namco. A lot of them was very subtle, but now he's getting more and more direct with his criticisms towards Bandai Namco. This is a tweet that didn't go too viral. It has almost 1 million views, 7,000 likes. On Twitter, that's no big deal. But it says, here are 5 characteristics of employees who should never be made into managers, especially the last one. I nodded so hard I felt my head could roll. Now, this video is fully in Japanese.
あとは人の欠点よりも, well, first off, you can't have someone with no track record. If you can't do something yourself, you can't expect your team to do it any better than you. So, no track record is a deal breaker. And also, you really shouldn't promote someone who lacks respect. It just causes trouble when people start quitting. Lacking respect basically means lacking kindness, empathy, and just basic human decency. If you don't have empathy, you won't have respect. Personally, I adore my employees. I've been that way ever since I was a sales manager. I just really love my team. I honestly don't know why I feel so strongly about it. But I'm the type of person who notices people's strengths rather than their flaws. You should never put a negative person in management. People tend to like those who care about them, and they're more likely to buy into the vision of someone who shows genuine interest in them. So someone who's only out for themselves is definitely not cut out for management. And then there are people who can't keep their promises. You definitely shouldn't put them in management either. Also, you can't choose based on personal preference. This is absolutely crucial. Just because you like someone doesn't mean they're right for the job. So you should observe how they interact with everyone, listen to what the other executives think, and then promote them. Those are pretty much the 5 key points I focus on.
And this is what Harada's response to it is. He says, I feel like I know a development company that fits almost all 5 items, especially 1, 2, and 5, but it's probably just my imagination. He doesn't like Bandai Namco a lot. My past coverage of this, where I took his past quotes and his past tweets and I organized it alongside the leaked employees' statements, it painted the most clearest picture of how this company is currently operating. And you can see even till this day, Harada is just still like, I can't stand those guys. I don't like those guys. It really does suck that Bandai Namco is such a weird company to where they pushed out its leaders. Nakatsu left, Harada left. We got confirmation from Michael Murray. He said they put up with development, they put up with corporate for 20 years. We know specifically why they left, and hopefully it doesn't come at a cost to the game. We won't know for certain until the next one rolls around and it's time for whoever's in charge over there to make the next one. Will they be able to capture the magic that the developers created all these years? Or will their vision be such a derailment from the franchise to where maybe the franchise doesn't exist anymore? Only time will tell. In other news, you have Sony once again competing for worst gaming company on the planet. It's like Bandai Namco and Sony going back and forth for the title. After the controversial decision to go full digital, Sony has been silent and haven't said anything on Twitter for the past 2-3 days, and people are memeing on that saying you can't be silent forever. But what they did do in the background is started shifting a large portion of their factories that makes the CDs. They shifted them to other projects, so it doesn't seem like they're going to backtrack. They're continuing ahead in silence. And I also heard that their stocks has seen a boost since that announcement, because it means that you'll be able to make more money because you're spending less money. And that's not it. PlayStation also updated its terms of service in April 2026, and Section 21 outlines how inactive PlayStation accounts may be closed. If your account remains closed for 36 months, so basically 3 years, Sony may begin an account closure process. The account holder will receive an email and notification and have 6 months to sign in or request that account remain active. If no action is taken and the account is closed, access to PlayStation Network service will end. Any digital purchases tied to that account, including games, DLC, and other digital content, will no longer be accessible. This is exactly why people didn't like this. This is why all the idiots out there who's like, this doesn't affect me. I always buy my games digital, so I didn't buy a game on CD in a long time. This doesn't affect me. Idiot. Yes, it does. They can shut down you go inactive for 3 years, send you a notification, you don't respond, give us all of that. Sony, they're literally competing for worst video game company on the planet. And I mean, the only people can stop them is the politicians. And they are so busy being greedy themselves. Are we screwed? Are we just screwed by all these tech giants who just on a whim decide to be Dr. Doom level villains and just start hurting people? Is that it? Going full circle and talking about Marvel. Jubilee is currently expected to be the first new hero released in Marvel Rivals Season 9. For those of you who don't know, the 2 characters that are coming next is Jubilee and the Hood. Jubilee is expected to be a strategist, while the Hood is expected to be a vanguard. These images that you're seeing are not official. It's just players' kind of like interpretations of what they will look like. But the fact that they're going so hard into the X-Men, I love it. Some characters that I'm also personally interested in is something like Dr. Ock, Mysterio, Ghost Rider, Green Goblin. I would love to see them go down that path, but only time will tell what they decide to do and when. So far, Marvel Rivals has been a W. They have some ups and downs in terms of balancing here and there, but in my opinion, they do the best job they can course correcting in future updates. They don't really allow problems to linger on for a year, 2 years like other games.